Hello, 4th and 5th graders. It's Mr. Pfeiffer here. I hope everybody's doing well. I look forward to seeing you guys in person next week. However, here's a video. We're going to make some holiday cards, and the first thing we're going to do is take our paper, and what I want us to do is fold it in half. Just once. Alright. So, go from this to this, and then keep creasing it with your fingernails. Right. You want to get it nice and folded. And we'll fold it over the other way against the fold we've already done. Line it back up and crease it some more. Use your fingernails and just kind of grab and pull it and get it nice and in there. And then what we can do is very slowly rip it in half. I don't want you to use scissors. I want you to use your hands, okay? Don't use scissors. We want a nice kind of like a torn edge. We want it to be a little bit rough on the edges, okay? So once you have these two sheets, fold those in half. Got one that looks like this. So from this to this, right, half. Do the same on the other one, and we're going to keep folding it and creasing it again with our fingers, our fingernails. Get it nice and worked in there, and then we're going to tear those in half. Two. And two more. And now we've got 4 sheets. Now if you look, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? I'm going to stress this. The reason why we make things by hand is because it's not perfect. It's a part of us. It comes from our hands. It's a really great way to do things. When we make it ourselves, it's awesome. So now, once we have our 4 sheets, you can either use, I'm going to show you 2 different ways. These are some cards. This is the way we did it last year for Christmas. My daughters and my wife and I did it this way. And we used watercolors. If you have watercolors, you can use them. If you don't, you can use crayons. I will show you 2 different ways. But they're both gonna end up, and I know you guys are gonna do some beautiful work. You always do. So here's essentially what I want you to do is just kind of make some shapes, some Christmassy shapes with your watercolors. They don't have to be, you don't have to be able to tell exactly what they are to start off with. So just very lightly. So this is what the watercolor one would look like. If you can see, it looks like I've got some circles and maybe, well, that looks a lot like a Christmas tree, right? But it's not all colored in all the way or drawn in all the way yet. So take some time, get some stuff like this. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfect circles or a perfect triangle or perfect lights or garland or any of that stuff. Okay, do the best you can. See those edges? Nice and torn. That looks really cool. And here's what it would look like if you were using crayons. So again, nice and light, not perfect. You can't really, it's not 100% one way or the other just yet. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the crayons. Hi. Then, once you get done with that, I'm going to show you. I'll show the crayon one first, actually. You're going to go in with, you can use a darker colored crayon or a pencil if you have colored pencils. So like I did something with these look like ornaments to me. So I made them into ornaments. And then I just used my colored pencils to go back in and create the little bit of lines like they're hanging down from a tree or from a mantle. And then I wrote J-O-Y, joy. It's one of the best words of Christmas time, right? We all feel joy. Santa Claus is coming. We get to be with family and friends. We get to eat good food, cookies. Oh my gosh, all the sugar cookies. All right. So that is what I did with the crayons. Now again, it's not perfect. It doesn't look like it was done on a computer, or I'm a robot that's really good at doing stuff, but it's the way Mr. Pfeiffer did it. Okay, I want to see the way you do it. And then here is what I did with watercolors. This one's a little bit more detailed, but I did the Christmas tree, and again, it was just very light with the watercolors, and I let it dry. Let it dry if you're gonna draw over it with like an ink pen or markers, okay? If it's wet, it's gonna spread everywhere, and you'll probably wanna start over. But I just did a very light little bit of watercolor, and then I came back in, and I went with Merry Christmas on this one. But you can do all kinds of things for the holiday season. You can go with Happy Holidays, or Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Joy, Peace on Earth, anything that kind of fits or how you feel for Christmas. And then you're gonna end up, when you're done, you're gonna have 4 cards, and you can give them away. You can attach them to presents. You can give them to mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunts, favorite art teachers with beards and glasses and not much hair. But I can't wait to see if you guys could bring them in next week finished. I would love to see them in person, and we could all look at what everybody has done. So take your time. Do not worry about making mistakes. These don't need to be perfect. That's what makes them special. And again, I think I told you guys at the end of last class that the one thing I like when we kind of all do the same thing is I get to see how we each do it a little bit differently. All right? So take it easy, have fun, rest up, get well, and we will see you next week.